For verily, I was told, make sure you look at this episode of NAWA, in particular, the one after Seasons Beatings 5. 1 to 4 were good, but 5, oh my word. Yes, and so I did have a look at this week's NAWA, the longest running episodic TV programme in the Carolinas area, and they were right to tell me to do so, because it's rather good. First of all, you've got Guy tonight, talking about Dre the GOAT. He's confident. He's got a very laid-back promo, actually. They do say that Dante Khalifa, when he's in next, because they'll be fighting each other, he's saying that he's fighting Dre the GOAT in his NAWA debut. But I feel sure he was at Seasons Beatings 5, wasn't he, which was last week. Maybe he was just a ghost or a figment of my imagination, a bit like the ghost of Christmas past, something of that nature. Oh. Anyway, their match is blooming great, and this is the kind of action that you'll be seeing there if you go to YouTube, and so you should, to look at this this promotion that is it's in my top 5 this year. It could be in my top 3, actually. It didn't win, but in my best of wrestling promotions this year. However, it was right up there, and Michael Elliott and Curtis, the throwback Curtis Robertson, I think, yes, are doing the commentary, and a damn good job they do too. We've got Dre dancing about to begin with, but it soon becomes wrestling with a Dante worked headlock. He cartwheels out, does Dre, into a wrist lock. I'm looking at my notes here, you see. Then you've got Dre taking the legs, stomping the fingers, dancing a bit, and getting a slingshot Hurricane Rana. You can dance. When you've done just about to do a slingshot Hurricane Rana, I was told to be quiet there. I'm being a bit quieter now. You can dance. You are allowed to dance before you do one of those. There are some big shots traded, and then Dante does a somersault over the top, and Dre bails, but at the other side of the ring. Now, Michael Elliott is quite right to say, well, look, bit of a frog in the throat, he's using his wrestling acumen because he's getting out of range, and that's quite right, actually. Then Dre hits a sort of world's strongest slam for a 2 count. It's really good action, this. Dante gets a standing, leaping leg lariat, and then Dre hits a coast-to-coast. I think it was Dre for the pin. Or was it Dante? No, it was Dre. And that's great. A great match. They both, doesn't really matter who wins, because they both come out looking fantastic, and I come out enjoying it. Now, there's got to be a reason for matches sometimes. Sometimes it's belts, sometimes it's pride, sometimes there's a simmering enmity. With the Carolina Dreamer versus Curtis Robertson, it's Curtis's sunglasses, his shades. Pony Johnson, who is, of course, Carolina Dreamer, likes those shades and would like to have them. And if he wins next week, he will have the shades. I don't think Curtis has agreed to that stipulation, or stip, as we call it, but there you go. Now, next we've got the Wranglers, who have already been talking to Guy tonight. And they're facing Myrick Moore and Derek Driver. A good team, you know. They're called the Closers, and actually they almost do. It's for the tag titles, this, what the Wranglers currently hold. There are shenanigans, while the Closers take the belts early on, just to hang around with, you know. They do look good with them, as Curtis points out, but you have to win them first, folks. And then you've got Moore wanting to tag after 2 Tucker Rhodes shoulder blocks. He's a big fella, so that's fair enough. But then Myrick Moore's a big fella as well, the Irish hand grenade. He's barrel-chested and battle-tested, apparently, and he has won the title from Big Donny just for a few weeks before he surrendered it back to Donny. And in this ring, he will want Derek Driver to do quite a lot of the work. He begs off from Tucker, and Tucker Rhodes' hip toss is very nice and snug. There's a double team back elbow, elbows from each of those champions, then a double hip toss. By the way, Michael Elliott getting a bit salty on Curtis Robertson's arse, or ass, if you like, this week. I like that. I'd like them to do a bit more of that. I find that quite amusing, I have to say. Now, back in the ring, we've got a Myrick Moore basement clothesline to a Derek Driver choke. They work on David Sellers, and they work on him quite a lot. Now, they would rather work on Sellers than work on Tucker Rhodes. It's difficult to work on Tucker Rhodes. He is huge. So Sellers, not the weak link, I'm not saying that, but people tend to want to keep him in the ring for quite some time, and they do here. They work very well together, the closers. The ref doesn't see the tag to Rhodes. The crowd are really enjoying that. It's a bit of wrestling entertainment. There's a Driver choke. Moore, by the way, misses a knee to the ropes and then collides onto the ropes. The ropes really twang into his twig and berries. He sells that. The twig and the berries are now throbbing. Woo, woo, woo. Throbbing a little, yes. Now, apparently there's then the hot tag to Tucker Rhodes. And as Michael Elliott tells us, he's as strong as an ox. And Curtis says, yep, he's as smart as an ox too. That's really good. I love that. Well done. Well done, gentlemen. Then they double team Tucker Rhodes, but he gets a quick Samoan drop, or cowboy drop if you like. Then he gets he catches, should I say, Derek off the top. There's a world's strongest slam and the cowboy bomb, or the Vader bomb, if you like, for the pin. And it was very good entertainment. In fact, I was right to be told to watch this, because you've got one good wrestling entertainment match, you've got one good wrestling match, you've got one good promotion at the moment, and AWA know what they're doing, and I enjoy all of it. Ta-ta.